Oh, snap. I don't even know. I don't even know if this thing working. I don't even know if we live where we supposed to be live or I'm at where I'm supposed to be at. But I know it's recording. I know one thing. I know it's recording up in this joint right now. Yeah, yo. Okay, first and foremost, I got a interesting cast of characters for people that are gonna get the audio version of this right now. I'm looking at these gentlemen's handsome faces, but I got the for the audio listeners, I'm gonna go down the line real quick. First and foremost, I got the man. Listen, he's light-skinned, but I don't hold it against him. You see what I'm saying? I don't hold it against him. You know what I mean? I've learned, I've mended the bridges with all my light-skinned brothers and sisters over the years. I was going through something. Yeah. Listen, all I do is remember the law. The light skins always win. And when you remember that, everything is all good. Yo, DP, what it do?
We up live, baby. We live. How you doing? You know what it is. We kicking it. We ain't kicking rocks. The haters can kick them rocks, but we ain't kicking them today. We might kick off some sizzling hot takes. Oh, I can't wait till Ev introduce a special guest today.
Yeah, we got a special guest. But listen, I got the man. Listen, he's from the Midwest. He's from Cleveland. He has my favorite sports movie of all time, Major League Part 2. Actually, Major League 2. Without Wesley, I wish Wesley was in 2, but Wesley got too damn big for 2, even though he should have still did 2 and then did like all the other big time movies. That's okay. I like Omar Epps in that movie. I get Randy Quaid running amok. So shout out to Major League Part 2. Fresh off his appearance, not his appearance, but his appearance at Raw in Cleveland. The chef himself, Chef Justin, what it do?
Yes, what's good? You know, in the building. Crockpot booking.
Crockpot booking and whatnot. And last but not least, man, I got my best friend in the building. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy I've known since the year 2000. Doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but for me, my family being in the military as long as they have, that is a long damn time. Jordan Michael Cozen, JMC, what's going on?
Honored to be here, gentlemen. Big fan of the show. I think I've listened to every episode. And if you want to talk about crockpot booking, who would have surmised, brother, that Joe Flacco would come from the abyss and rise again?
Let's talk about that,
baby. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
The
Joe
rise,
baby.
He's about to save my season.
The rise of Flacco, brother.
Sister, brother, daddy,
I don't want
mama.
Evan, before I get all the hatred, I'm going to put it out there that I'm a massive Tom Brady fan, but is there a better playoff run in history than Flacco's run to the Super Bowl? I believe it was 9 TDs, no picks.
Listen, the only one I say is the 2-game stretch of the great, my God, I'm forgetting his name already. That's how you know. Damn.
What's the game stretch you talking about?
Your boy, Foles, Nick Foles.
Oh, BDN. Hey, man, we can't say that. We can't say that on live television.
The game stretch is legendary.
Hey, that boy, hey, he smacked the shit out of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I'm JMC, baby. I'm sorry, man. Alshon Jeffrey did y'all in that game, boy.
Oh my God, man.
God. Do I know how to coach defense that game?
Do I need to say that Tom Brady broke not the Super Bowl record, but the playoff record for passing yards in a game in that game?
But what if he would have caught that pass?
That's neither here nor there.
That's tough.
I'm just making sure these chats working.
That boy went out there like this.
The chat seems to be working. We definitely live on Facebook. It's moving. It's shaking right now. But yeah, let me before I get down to brass tacks and get to what we were supposed to talk about. Let me put this on the ticker right now. Chef, if you see a squirrel on the screen, how was Chef's night at Raw?
Oh man, it was an event. Cleveland showed up. There was not an empty seat in the house. We definitely were there early. We were there on time. You know, I think we've learned from Browns games where we used to not show up on time and kind of just strolled in as the first quarter was going. Almost every seat was full when they kicked off the 7:30 2 matches for main event. So that was good to see. You know, it was I believe it was Natalia versus Elektra Lopez, and then it was Von Wagner versus some NXT guy I ain't never even seen before. He
it's like that.
he had the default.
Damn.
Was it? I think it was Idris something.
It's dude with he got the
elbow
WWE tattoo.
Yeah. That guy. So I mean,
know who you talking about.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name, but anyway, so like,
damn.
Steph lost that follow.
Right. So that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. So Natalia won. She got over and she got cheered. I don't even know if she's a face right now, but we cheered her on and we booed the NXT girl, and then everyone pretty much got up and went and got the concessions before 8:00 when Von Wagner came out. So that shows you where he's at.
Damn.
But as I was in line, went and got the nachos, double cheese, jalapeno.
Salsa.
I heard and salsa, right? You got
That's
mix.
what I'm talking
You got to
about.
mix it, right? So I'm in line, and I hear Jey Uso after the Raw opening. I'm like, oh, so they starting with Uso and Drew, and I wasn't even in line, and something the spirit caught me. I went from the nacho line. I went from the nacho line
Man was in church.
to the t-shirt line. The spirit, the yeet spirit caught me, and I was in line to get the shirt. Before I even sat down with my nachos, I was in line to get the shirt.
He dropped his nachos to get the yeet.
Yo, listen,
shirt.
every single time I go on my red, and trust me, and I'm one of the people, I'm gonna keep it real. I rarely question the E. I rarely question the flagship. I treat the flagship like they the Pope. I whatever benediction, whenever they're in the pulpit, I listen, I perk up. I rarely question them. But I thought it was the dumbest shit in the world that they paid a random indie wrestler for that yeet. And here, as I'm talking my shit, here goes Chef Justin in line, like literally in real time. I'm talking to JMC about how ridiculous. I swear to you, how ridiculous this shit is. And as I'm like Chef's like, as a picture comes through in the chat, it's like
I sent you a picture as I was buying it.
I literally lost my mind. I said, okay, I'm gonna stop talking.
I mean, they were smart though. I feel like Cleveland was rocking with Jay. Like for that to be the first match was a smart thing for them to do. It got the crowd hype. It was a good opening match. Everybody was for real booing Drew. Like he's
okay.
Definitely taking on this heel thing because we were not with it. Like I don't care. Jay and like kids, adults, everybody was on Jay's side as far as the super baby face. So that part was definitely dope. And it was hit and miss, throughout most of the show. So if it wasn't Punk at the 9:00 hour and Cody at the 10:30 mark, it pretty much kind of was dead as far as anybody else who was out there. And then of course they gave you the Miz and Gargano with the three-way, 3-on-3 tag.
How was that crowd for Johnny?
So it did what it was supposed to do. They were really excited to see him. They were really excited. They were already cheering for Miz to join that tag team before Miz even came out. It was pretty scripted as far as how that was going to play out, but it was Johnny got a good pop. I'm still not feeling the song, but he got a good pop. And
your song is trash. Your song is trash.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so
that song is trash.
It was.
How can four different people from four different walks of life, four different races, damn near hate this damn song?
They should have called that garbage man 6 months ago to pick that shit up because it's trash.
Do people understand how hard it is to get a real time focus group like that? That's a real focus group, right? We're like, nah.
But no, it was. Other than that, it was a good match. Like I feel like this Miz Gunther thing is is jumping off and definitely putting Miz back into the babyface role, pretty well. And other than that, I mean, the Seth Punk was a highlight. A lot of people were definitely not rocking with Cody. We can discuss that however y'all want to.
Ooh, we gonna get to that.
A lot of people, fan wise, there was a lot of Punk shirts. What was bugging me personally is I was seeing kids with Punk shirts because their parents had them put on Punk shirts.
Yep.
And they probably ever seen Punk wrestle before.
Nope.
right? And so
it's like the kid at Halloween that's like 6 and they're wearing like Dumber and Dumber costumes. I'm like, stop. Like,
they
5-year-old coming out as Red Fox. What the hell are you doing?
They had a lot of Cleveland merch, like Cleveland WWE specific merch. So they had like a Stone Cold tee with Browns colors, or they had like a different collaboration in Cavs colors or whatever. That was like a WWE shirt. So they're definitely pushing the local exclusive shirts for wherever they go that night. You know what I mean? So that was pretty dope. But it was a really cool night because it was. You could tell that the fans want to cheer and they want to boo, but you got to give them something to cheer and boo about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
As I'm sure we will discuss further.
We will discuss. Yo, shout out to Mike in the chat. What up, boy? Johan in the chat as usual. Gary in the chat was good. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you letting me know what your perspective is, because it's always different to me watching it on TV. We're being presented a product a certain way with all the bells and whistles. There's nothing like going to a live sporting event. Anybody that don't like hockey, if you ain't seen hockey live, don't say nothing. If you ain't seen baseball live, don't say nothing. Got to see those events live to get a real, a legit interpretation. So shout out to the chef, give me a real interpretation. And that leads me to yo boy, Seth freaking Rollins. Now listen, I'm gonna put it on the ticker. Who won the promo battle? Jordan Michael Coulson? Was it Seth? Was it Punk? Do you knock him legitimate numbers from drawing from Adam Page, or you take it for what it's worth? Who won the promo battle?
I don't even think it's remotely close. However, I also will say this. I'll preface everything by saying I appreciate what CM Punk brings to the table, but I'm not a CM Punk supporter. Okay, with that said, I'm going to be objective. CM Punk, I'm not even saying that CM Punk's a better promo than Seth Rollins per se, so don't take it out of context. That segment was made to highlight Seth Rollins and let him get the first jab in. With that said, he did exactly what he was supposed to do and then some. Was it derivative of Adam Page's promo? It absolutely was. However, that doesn't make it any more or less effective. In fact, it might make it more effective, because who has been more at home on WWE programming in the past decade than Seth freaking Rollins, who has waved the banner proudly and done WWE a service more than Seth Rollins has, with the exception of possibly the Tribal Chief or John Cena in the former part of the decade. But Seth Rollins has as much of a reason and motivation to hate CM Punk as anyone. I thought he knocked it out of the park. And I honestly also don't know what CM Punk could say back to that as a retort. It's going to be very interesting. So I think Seth knocked it out of the park, ran away with the segment. I think it was intended to do that and set the table for the feast to come, brother. However, Seth did his part, and I don't know what Punk can say to rebuttal that, guys.
DP.
Well, I wholeheartedly concur with that, but it really wasn't much of a promo battle, because Seth Rollins cut his promo after CM Punk, and CM Punk, all he had was about 2 lines. So it really wasn't a battle. Like JMC said, it was more or less made to elevate Seth Rollins and to put the spotlight on what he brings to the table, because, as he eloquently put it, who's been running with the flag more than Seth Rollins? Who's been more of a WWE guy than Seth Rollins these last 10 years? We're going to talk about it pretty soon. It's going to be a hell of a segue, but it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, because you're bringing CM Punk in, and now we're making CM Punk to be this sympathetic figure. It's crazy.
Straight up babyface. Straight up.
He's the babyface, and now it seems like they're making Seth a little bit more of a tweener. I'm not saying he's a heel, but yet he's being the aggressor. He's putting the heat on, and he absolutely destroyed that man in that promo. I'm not saying that he didn't, because it was an absolute murder scene in Cleveland, Ohio last night. I'm surprised Chef didn't take the butcher knife from that man, because he sauteed his ass in live living color for the world to see. Just to let him know what y'all was doing in AEW ain't shit compared to what we're doing over here, man. I'm a master chef. I should have stayed with Gordon Ramsay. That's what Seth Rollins was saying.
Hit him with the Bobby Flay, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Hey, he beat Bobby Flay and beat Bobby Flay. You hear me last night? And I'm not even Seth Rollins' biggest fan. I'm not his biggest fan. I'm starting to come to hit over to him, because he's starting to come out of the gimmick more. You know, and I'm liking that. I'm not all into the cackling and whatnot because again, he's in my opinion a top 3 wrestler on the face of this earth. He might be top 2, depending on who you ask. Seriously, there's no like I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but it's the extra stuff to go along with it. But I'm starting to see a different side of Seth Rollins and CM Punk's bringing that out of him because I think he has something to prove because he's sick and tired of being an afterthought in the WWE. He shouldn't be an afterthought in the WWE. I mean, if you're Seth Rollins, you're an afterthought to Roman Reigns. You're always number 2. The only time you're in the main event of WrestleMania is when you pull quote unquote heist of the century. When are you going to appreciate that, man? So I'm being honest, man. This ain't even his guy. Chef's his guy. Roro my guy. But I'm just putting the spotlight on that man because he's phenomenal at what he does, and I want to see him come out a little bit more out of that visionary gimmick that he's doing and just come more into the Seth Rollins guy that we loved when we saw him destroy Matt Riddle on live television, when we saw him destroy CM Punk on live television. That's what I like. That's what I love.
It needs to be added that he acted like a real human being, and it was called for. He didn't acknowledge the chants very much. He was more of a real human being, grounded in reality, and that was why it was so effective. But let's not forget, when they needed to put Cody Rhodes over huge and put him on the road to where he is now, where he's going, who did Cody beat
3 times?
Seth Rollins is in the role that CM Punk was once in, and I don't hear one actual complaint about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it to the man that campaigns for Seth Rollins. And the thing about it is, listen, I told you this before though, Chef. Like, you give me the Shield, right? And you give me the Shield, and I think that they don't get enough credit for being one of the greatest factions in the history of wrestling. Truly, I mean, bar none. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I didn't see, and listen, and I'm not having me. People need to stop acting like I'm alone in this. I didn't see Seth being damn near the best in the whole group. For real.
At that point, he was.
Bro, I'm talking about before Roman, before Dean Ambrose. The first, to me, mega star out of that group was Seth Rollins by far.
Yeah.
And they were trying to push Roman. They were trying to push Roman, but I'm going to kick it to you, though. You see the promo live, taking into account everything you know about the whole Hangman stuff and all the yada, yada, yada. Like, what is your take on it? That's your guy.
So I'm gonna clear out in ISO 1-4 ISO. So I'm gonna just take
shut the hell up. For the people at home that don't understand how dope that was. Listen, for the people that don't understand.
Hey, he put it
top of the key, and he trying to make a play. He's like this, clear. Yo, move out the way. Y'all stay on the perimeter,
and I'm gonna go jab step.
And I'm gonna go to work. Yo, go ahead, dude. Put the ISO on. You go ahead, cook.
So I'm gonna start with, from the beginning of the night, there were these fake ass CM Punk chants. All right. I kept telling y'all when they kept trying to do chants, right? And
I was on your ass in that chat.
they kept announcing, he's coming out soon, or putting it on the screen when CM Punk was going to come out. There was no mention of Seth all night. So I was wondering when he was going to be featured or how he was going to be featured in the show, because there was no mention of him wrestling that night. He didn't open the show, and it didn't with Cody wrestling. It seemed like he wasn't going to end the show either. So they said, well, CM Punk will be out next or whatever, because they had the general manager or whatnot knocking on the locker room door. So I'm like, okay. So they started chanting again. So he comes out, everybody's chanting, everybody's quote unquote on his side. Everybody's, is happy that CM Punk is telling these stories. By the way, I get it full circle. Everything that happened in Cleveland prior, I'm cool with that. Great story, great storytelling. Props, right? And so I'm like, all right, well, the
crowd seemed confused though, Chef. The crowd seemed confused as hell.
They didn't know how to react, and I'm gonna be honest. Like they just want to say CM Punk and chant CM Punk, but they really weren't. I'm just being honest. Like they really weren't cheering for him. So I wasn't. I mean, everybody here, I'm not gonna no cap. He's all right, but he's not.
Oh, he
not
ain't
real.
cool. He ain't cool.
Listen,
He average.
he listen. Everyone's like, "What's your point?" He's like, "I'm like he. I think Samoa Joe's like 4 of that dude. Like I'm keeping it real. Like 4 CM Punks it takes 4 CM Punks for 1 Samoa Joe. To me.
So when Rollins' music broke, the whole crowd was off that band immediately.
Man, that TV came unglued like Monday night, boy.
They were all about Seth and how he told their promo. We were cheering for him. We were doing the chant like he said. He wasn't even reacting to the chant. We started the chant before they even had the chant in the song. Like we were already when the song stopped and they were just staring at each other. It wasn't. I don't know if on TV they tried to drown it out or make it not seem so prevalent. We were chanting.
They did.
And
it was CM Punk coming through the TV.
For real, bro. Like for real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They was piping it in
even when
in the stadium.
Even when he was cooking CM Punk, they tried to pipe in CM Punk chants. We weren't cheering for that, man. We weren't. It was a wrap. Like we saw what it was. He was getting roasted. It was almost like Seth was on stage at Comic View or it was Def Comedy Jam. Like it was over for that man. It was a wrap.
They brought the Sandman out from his ass.
You're right. Just broom. Get him out of here.
Jeff, to your point, brother. Like that's my whole thing about that kind of what you just said. You killed it when you said Seth didn't acknowledge the chant, and that's how you know he means business about this. This is way more personal than people think it is. Like that's showing command of your craft. That's showing command of the situation, and that's showing command of the storyline and where you want to take it. That's what I'm talking about when I say all-time greats. And Seth to me is an all-time great. The chant, he uses it when he needs to use it. When it came down to brass tacks in that promo against CM Punk, he didn't even acknowledge the chant because he wanted to get to business. That speaks volumes. That means he don't need a cheap pop. That means he don't need no cheap shit. He's going in there to cut this promo and walk out. We can do the whoa later.
He did the Monday night, the welcome to Monday Night Rollins thing in Punk's face on purpose, just to say, not to do the hype character thing, to say this is my show now.
But it's my show, right?
That's what I got out of it. Other than that, there was no visionary, there was no drip god.
None of that.
None.
Although that suit was clean.
Oh, that's that's the sickest suit he's ever worn. That's the nastiest suit he's ever worn.
Bro,
I ain't never wanted to.
First thing, hey, bro, I dress up for a living. That boy was fly. I was like, hey, Chef, I do apologize to that man a little bit. That was a nice ass suit. Oh,
bro, you see me? I tweeted that as soon as I seen it. Listen, I don't never covet another grown man's clothes, but I wanted to steal that dude's clothes,
bro. I swear to God. But the best part of that promo was the last part for me.
Because he said I'll run circles around you in the ring. Yeah.
He was like, yo, you got enough left in the tank. I was like, ooh.
Then he said, if you do, I'm gonna expose you. I was like, damn, you're gonna take his towel off and live in color television, daddy. Oh my God.
Speaking of living color, look in my
it ain't enough. It ain't enough. Not for me. He said, I'll show you what it's like.
God, this dude.
Oh boy,
yeah.
That right there, boy. I was like,
let me segue real quick, yo, JNC. I put this thing up here. I'm gonna put like this. I'm gonna put this in the ticker. I'm gonna segue real quick. So I put was save Ring of Honor, and what I mean by that, I didn't even know how to read it. listen. They're like, what the hell is he talking about? So when I type save Ring of Honor, I mean legitimately as a booker, you can have the floor. Y'all all GMs right now. Y'all can say I can't, or tell me what you would do to save a Ring of Honor. Evan, it's not dead. To me it is. Like Jesse, save Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor can serve a purpose. It can be what NXT is to the main roster in a way. and you can bring in the occasional bigger name to get a younger guy over or to give them a rub or maybe get a few more subscribers on the app. I don't see it ever being something that they monetize, but Tony has enough money that he can do that and he can provide a living for people and a conduit to television. But to think that it's going to be something profitable, to mix it up with AEW, to make it very confusing, to make it where you don't even know FTR and Danielson against, that's not a Ring of Honor show. So I think there's a time and a place for it, but to try to push it, it's never been a profitable entity since probably 2005 when the guys who are now in WWE and thriving are there. So it has a lineage, it has a purpose, it has a hell of a tape library. So if you can find a streaming service that you can pair AEW with ROH and you can have the tape library as part of the selling point, I think it's worth doing. But in the incarnation that it's in now, it doesn't make any sense, and it's very confusing. And in my opinion, it takes away from the bigger picture of still trying to make AEW profitable. Damn it.
DP, save Ring of Honor, man.
The question is, how do you save Ring of Honor?
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem with, they don't even really have any type of outlet. You could say it's a streaming service, but yet they don't have wrestlers besides Athena that really represent it. Sure,
she ain't even on AEW TV. She ain't even on TV.
Right, exactly. And then you have Samoa Joe, who's a champion on there, but he's always on AEW television. I mean, what are we doing with this show? You already got Dark, and you already got Elevation. You already got Rampage.
He gave that title up.
Dynamite.
Joe gave that title back for nothing.
There's too much. There's too many television shows for that brand in and of itself for it to garner any rating. So the first mistake was Tony Khan buying it in the first place because it's putting a false brand on a developmental program when they could have went to WWE's library and people could be enjoying it right now. But instead, instead they're trying to keep things from people and they wanted to rebuild the brand. And it's not a shot at Tony Khan. It's just a bad decision because he's having a hard enough time booking 3 shows as it is. And then you have your tag team champions that is just with MJF. Sure, you're getting a belt on MJF, but it doesn't make any sense because you're saying your tag teams are shit because they can't take it from MJF to Rando. So what are we doing with the brand? It makes no sense. It's confusing. And then they randomly bring certain ROH individuals up to AEW for no reason in and of itself. So it's just a bad decision. Sure, don't say Ring of Honor. Don't say let it die. It's already on life support. Just pull the plug. I'm tired of watching Grandma on the chair. You know what I'm saying? We need to pull that plug, see what's gonna happen. Oh, that's what it's like. ROH.
Damn. Yo, Chef. Listen. These two gentlemen make a good point. If Ring of Honor is going to be developmental, say it's developmental.
Sure.
If it's a part of a certain brand and you're trying to make it another brand, then give it its own show. Damn Collision. Yep. Just put Ring of Honor on Saturdays and let's cook and prove to me that you're trying to produce this talent. Having something just to have it. If I have $1 million in my pocket and nobody see it, am I really rich? Is the question. So, like Chef, save Ring of Honor, man.
3 words: less is more. That's it. I mean, sometimes you get caught doing too much in any form of life, and sometimes just because you acquire companies doesn't mean you have the capacity and the bandwidth to be able to keep them afloat in a way that's functional, in a way that's going to benefit the company or benefit wrestling in general. So for me, less is more. I like the development idea, but at some point, if it's not beneficial for AEW as a whole, then they just need to get rid of it. We already talked about it's too many belts. I just looked at the website. You got these random ass championship names.
Listen, I'm a champion in Ring of Honor right now.
Clearly, right?
Hey, what is it? The the
Negro sitting at home champ.
Sitting at home.
So I'm the NA. I'm the NA.
Undefeated.
Never
been big.
Listen, Roman Reigns don't got shit on my title, bro. I'm the NSH champion, the Negro sitting at home champ.
NSH
Hey, yo, Tribal Chief, come holler at my title reign. We can talk.
But in the end, with all that being said, fellas, I think in the end, less is more. And yes, it's a sad end, but I feel like you just got to move on and move forward and just put it past you and keep it pushing.
Yeah, because I like all you guys what you're saying, and I actually like the catalog idea. And I know it might be hard to put some of these people out to pasture, but I don't say you had to fire everybody.
No.
I do say you have a lot of great content. It's a cult following, and there's so many classic matches that you have. You have all the footage, you have all the rights to the footage. Find a home for that footage. And let me, madam, maybe you have to make some tough decisions. I'm not a businessman, but sometimes you have to make a tough decision, and you may have to thin the herd a bit. You can't keep everybody. That's just not how business works. If Stone Cold can get fired, who the hell is safe for real? If Stone Cold Steve Austin can get fired at his apex, who is safe? So I can't sit here and have a bleeding heart for people that I've never seen on Ring of Honor before. Damn. So maybe I can't be nice. Maybe I got to put this footage somewhere, keep the cream of the crop, the people I feel have potential, and everybody else got to kick rocks. Maybe.
Hey, if Bret Hart can get screwed in Canada,
who are you?
Everybody expendable.
Everybody expendable. I'm just keeping it real, you know what I mean? But with that being said, you know what I mean? So hopefully they figure out things. Every time I see something on Ring of Honor, it's never good, and I don't like that. Every time I read something.
Could you make the argument, guys, that if Tony Khan has enough money and he wants to provide an opportunity for wrestlers because he loves wrestling and loves paying people to hang out with him, which we know he does.
That's a fact.
And I'll give Tony credit. He loves wrestling, and in his mind,
he does.
He was doing something good. And that's the only thing I can say that is sort of a redeeming quality about it. And secondly to that, the last thing I need to say, Evan, I'm coming for your title, brother.
Yo, see, I haven't even worked out the logistics. Can a non-Negro compete?
See, can half a Negro compete?
See, I haven't worked out the logistics. The logistics of this title. Oh no, truthfully told, if a non-European can win the European title, then why not? Then why not? Because I always thought that was weird when I was a kid. I was like, wait a minute, you can't be European champion?
Or not be American and be the U.S. champ.
Like, you can't be.
Remember, Evan, they pulled the plug on NXT Europe too. Remember that? WWE pulls the plug all the time if it ain't working.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Right. At the end of the day, if it ain't rocking, I just change that joint. All right, listen, segueing back to the great Seth Rollins. Ooh. Now, listen, all the hoopla and all the stuff on the sheets, they always murmuring, and I try to stay away from them. But one thing that's newsworthy is the great Seth Rollins' contract is set to expire in 2024. And that's very close. Now, Chef, is this smoke? Is this fire? Because anybody that watch sports and knows sports, anytime they hear, so-and-so's contract can expire, and then they let it expire. Next thing you know, they sign a $400 million contract. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, so is this just because his contract is going to expire, or does this mean if he takes an L to CM Punk, he's going to take his ball and go somewhere else?
See, this is the problem. We've already discussed how the internet ruins all of this for us, and sometimes we have too much information, right? And so now we know everything about these people. We know what they ate for breakfast. We know what they about to do with, when they work out. We know when they pose in the mirror in the bathroom. We know all these different things that we don't need to know about these wrestlers' day-to-day lives. And I think this is just smoke. Unless you look at are they a package deal? Is Becky signed? How long is Becky signed?
She ain't going nowhere.
Right. So I don't think he's going anywhere. So
nope.
It's clickbait. It gets the people talking, right? It keeps the people going, as they say. So I don't see anything to it. I'm not scared by it.
You shouldn't be.
There are some other people whose contracts are up soon that might be moving that we might be discussing later on. And I don't think Seth Rollins is one of those people I'm worried about moving in the next year.
Dave, you making faces like you might know something we don't know, or something like that. You acting like, and that's Seth Rollins ain't going nowhere. The only way Seth Rollins is going is on vacation. That's where he
Look, hold on. Listen. We all have fields, and we want to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put my feet to the fire, do I think that he's leaving? No, I do not. But yet we have not seen WrestleMania play out yet.
Fair.
We have not seen WrestleMania play out. And we have to wait to see that, because I don't think that there's fire, but I do think there's an ember. I do think there's an ember, because
ain't no damn ember moon, baby.
Small ember. I'm just saying, like, it might be 1%, but listen, you
don't
can only get told. You can only get told. All right, okay. I'm not. I don't think he's gonna leave. I don't think he's gonna leave. But if he
you do. Stop playing, man. Yes, you do. You take that's where you leaning, man. I don't like this. Why you leaning there? Why he's not go?
Yeah, don't stick your toe in. Either step over the line.
Step over the line, or no. Yeah, Seth Rollins will retire as a WWE super. I mean, forever. I don't care if he turns 70. He ain't never leaving that company. Ever.
You just hold on. Let me backtrack.
You heard me?
You just said Stone Cold left the WWE.
He got fired. And you know why? If you know why. He didn't show up to it. He didn't show up to a show that they had to let him go. You know why he left. But I'm just saying.
I think there's a small chance.
Hell no chance. That's what you got. No way.
Okay, we'll see. I'll be on the island by myself, thinking there's a small look. Then why hasn't he resigned yet?
Because he's about to get the bag.
Okay.
And actually, they both about to get the bag. It says Becky's contract is up in June.
That's all these little kids out here. All they call about is the bag. You can kill 20 people as long as you get the bag. You can kill a village as long as you get the bag.
Man, get the internet going.
Yo, JLC, smoke. Go.
I don't think he's gonna go anywhere for real. I don't. But again, I haven't seen WrestleMania play out yet.
Smoke or fire, JMC.
I think based on Seth losing to Cody 3 times in a row, Seth putting his personal differences aside, which is what the Elite and Punk could not do in the place where Seth would go, Seth Rollins has proved to all of you that he is a stone cold professional and will do whatever is asked of him. I honestly think that world heavyweight title is almost like a reward for him.
Yes.
And I think he quietly and professionally, without a lot of hoopla, resigns, and we don't even hear about it. And guys, Becky Lynch has nowhere to go. The AEW women's division, you want to talk about an ember? That's there's not even an ember in the women's division in AEW. Where would Becky Lynch go? What would she do? I mean, also that he met his wife there. They have a child now. His priorities are probably a little bit different. Give him a big old paycheck, solidify his legacy. I agree that now. It's going to be a very hard pill to swallow if they say, "Oh, by the way, Seth, you're putting CM Punk over."
Ooh, and you're losing the rematch.
I'm just saying.
So I'm not saying.
How about you don't say it? Let's not say it.
I got a hot take. I don't think Punk beats Rollins. I just don't think
Let me tell you something. I will be that if CM Punk wins the world. Listen, I don't even want to get. Listen, you know what? I ain't doing this today. Hold on. Anyways, the way
you already spoke.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Listen. Seth Rollins. That's just what Chef said. Full circle. This is what about people knowing too much stuff. His contract expired is what contracts do.
Right.
That's like true. There's only a few people on earth, Steph Curry, LeBron James, a few other people that have like lifetime contracts with like Nike, Shohei Ohtani, who's very overpaid right now, but he's damn good, but he's very overpaid. Ain't no baseball player in the world worth $700 million. We'll talk about that another day though. And he's great, but he ain't $700 million great. I can assure you. But
Evan, do you happen to remember what Triple H said when he was on Austin's podcast a few years ago? He actually made a really incredible point, and he said,
"Oh, I'm ready for this."
He said, "What you have to do now," he said, because people are so smart. He's like, you have to work the work against the work.
Yep, the work. Yep.
So for all we know, they might be like, hey, put it out there to everyone that Seth hasn't re-signed, because now people are going to be like, oh, he might really lose to Punk. And that's just a small thing for the really smarky, really insider fans, but it gets people talking and they know that. And now that Triple H is in charge and a lot of nuances are seeing that, quite frankly, and I love Vince McMahon, personal history aside, but
same.
those are things that Triple H will do and that he's more in touch with that Vince just wasn't. You're seeing a lot more nuance. Drew McIntyre's heel turn is a perfect example. It took weeks. Drew McIntyre did something so subtle, and I love heel Drew, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I think he's doing amazing. The second or third week when he was turning, he would still come out and shake the fans' hands a little bit. He was still babyfacing a little bit. It wasn't just a straight up heel turn. I love that. So for all we know, Seth may already have a contract, and Triple H might be like, let it out there that you're a little bit frustrated. Leak it out there that you haven't signed yet. We don't know that. So in this age of social media, we do know way too much. However, if they're savvy to that they might be using their own
using it against you.
Us. And I hope they are. But I could be way overthinking that. But
to your point, that's what they were doing to me with Kevin Owens. Remember, everyone said Kevin Owens going to. They said he was going to AEW for sure. Everyone on the internet, I am telling you, they were like, he's going. He was like, please.
It's like January, right?
Bro, they were like, he's out the door. He's at the door.
And then what happened? Next thing you know, he's main event against Stone Cold.
And he re-signed. And he had to me, no matter what that man does in his career, nothing will top a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was never supposed to wrestle again. Nothing he will do. He could beat Roman Reigns tomorrow. It will never be bigger than that. Ever. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold had in him to be able to have that match.
Correct.
He'll never be able to. No other wrestler can ever say that I was able to bring Stone Cold out of retirement.
Absolutely,
and then he main evented night one the next year too. He's good. Bruh. He doesn't care.
And y'all understand. Don't worry. He stop yet. So when it comes to Seth, I think Seth's fine too. I think he's going to re-sign for a better deal. When you put in that work and you can use workhorse, you can do whatever term makes you sleep better at night. But a consummate professional that Seth Rollins is, with his new contract is going to be beneficial to him, not WWE. That's the one thing I will say about WWE. They put people through the ringer. They do until you make that move. Then you put them through the ringer. They used to run Dolph Ziggler ragged in WWE. And when that contract came up, you know what he hit him with? More money, less time on the road, time to pursue his other passions. And that's why don't ever feel sorry for Dolph. Dolph negotiated a deal based on time put in. Now, Seth Rollins' time put in, Roman Reigns' time put in. That's one thing they do. When you transcend, then you start being able to call the shots a bit. And I'm telling you right now, this next Seth Rollins contract will, no matter what it will be, just like if Miss Mercedes comes back, that contract will be in favor of Mercedes. Period.
Will he be the highest paid?
Seth Rollins, no.
Okay. Top 5 though.
Oh, for sure.
I hope so.
Hey, real quick. Shout out JNC for bringing up Vince. Hey, Evan, tell him about that time he locked eyes with you.
Yo, listen, real talk. Right after WrestleMania, right? It was right after the KO main event. Him and Sammy versus the Usos. We get like rushed to the back because I don't even know why. It was weird, but like you gotta go. And I was like, damn, I'm trying to see the celebration. And right as we're in the back, yo, OG with the mustache now, Vince was in the back, and I looked up. I looked at Heidi. I go, Heidi, look. And yo, he looked at me real quick, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was like. I was caught off. I swear to you, I was like, that's Vince. I was like, I looked to the side like a little punk, man. I was a little bitch. But listen, that's neither here nor there, brother. Listen, Seth freaking Rollins going to do the re-sign. I think it's gonna be a whole bunch of money, even though DP's trying to get him out of the
1%, man. I said 1%. Y'all said 0. I said very small.
If Seth goes to AEW, we all owe DP like $20 or something.
It might go from 1 to 5.
If Seth Rollins ever shows up at AEW, I will do a whole podcast dedicated to my apology. The whole podcast will just be an apology,
just to you. Just
today. I won't even never have another prediction because Chef might go somewhere and pass out.
Chef will go to the
look at that. Some mountain. Hey, let's put this. Let's go. We gonna bury this. We're gonna put this in the archive. Let's never talk about this.
Chef gonna go to a mountain in in the jungle somewhere like up in China, like, and just meditate for like 30 years. And they gonna see this dude like 65.
Chef gonna send me a picture of the monkey in the closet and Family Guy to my house, bro. If that happens, bro,
I'm gonna come back looking like a little boy from the Golden Child.
Yeah, you go. I'm like, yo, man, you can make Pepsi cans dance now. It does a bitch. But like,
Evan, do any of you guys honestly think though, as much as I love Seth, if Adam Copeland can't do it, Punk did move the needle a little bit. Is Seth Rollins a big enough draw to move the needle significantly in AEW? I'm talking like several 100,000 viewers each week. Is he big enough to do that?
He's 37 right now. He's in great shape. 30. You know, when I say 37, I don't mean you're old. I'm just saying 37 is getting closer to 40. It's harder to take these bumps.
I think he can move the needle a little bit.
Give me
not to the extent of CM Punk, but I think he can garner 1 million viewers because Tyler Black.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Not to the point where WWE is. But I think he will move the needle a tad, especially now Becky showed up. If Becky, if they could ever pull off the trio of Tyler Black, Becky Lynch, and Mercedes Moné, then we're talking. They have to pull off all three, but it ain't. If it's just Tyler Black, only a smidgen, because unfortunately the machine keeps on moving, regardless who leaves, who comes. It's been around for almost 100 years, so it's gonna keep pushing. So it's gonna need to be more people other than just one. It's gonna have to be like a gauntlet, like a trio, like what they try to do with Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson,
Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. You got to be all through that.
Hey, not one, not two.
Hey yo, Chef, shut up. I'm sorry about the decision. I'm sorry. And here goes the thing about you sucker MCs from Cleveland. He played his contract out. Did he not?
Did he ask for a trade, Chef?
Did LeBron James not play his contract out? Chef Justin T. Did LeBron James, Ramon James play his contract? Yes or no? And did he play? Did he, yes or no? Yes or no? Just that.
But here's the thing, though. Why did he have to go to the Boys and Girls Club and put it on TV?
Man, look.
You could have just.
He was trying to get him an experience.
No, man, you could have just not did it the way you did it. I was okay with him saying he was gonna leave. We honestly thought he was gonna leave. Everything said he was gonna leave. They
burning
tried.
Jerseys. Y'all are despicable.
I just donated mine. I did not burn mine. I just donated.
You gave it, but then he came back. You could have still had the jersey.
Yeah, he donated his jersey to his closet and then
Chef,
pulled it right back out.
Chef, whether I shoot you in private or in public, you still are shot.
I'm just saying. the execution of him leaving is what was messy. That's all.
Would you have did it too, Chef? Would you have left Cleveland for Miami for?
Bro, I left when he left.
I did, damn.
But wait. Here's what's funny about that. I left Cleveland when he left Cleveland. We went.
You best not went to Miami.
No, we lived in Tampa, and then we came back.
That's
damn.
So you left. You left when he left, and then you came back when he came back. That's wild.
Andy became a Miami Heat fan while he was
not
down
at all.
there.
Oh
not
Lord. Listen, shout out to LeBron James. But yeah, okay, before we wrap things up, let me get to one of my things on the ticker here. JMC, does CM Punk,
oh boy,
Lord Voldemort, and I hate calling him Lord Voldemort because Lord Voldemort is the GOAT to me, but I call him Lord Voldemort in the context of you're not supposed to name Lord Voldemort. So in the context of why you don't name Lord Voldemort is what I call CM Punk. Correct. Does he win the Royal Rumble?
If I'm a betting man, which I am to a degree, and you say CM Punk or the Field, I would not feel comfortable taking the Field. So, but I also think now did they telegraph it? But you got to think there's so many options. Evan, you and I were talking off air about this last night. They are an embarrassment of riches right now as far as talent goes.
Yes, they are, and
that's a wonderful problem to have. But I'm not gonna sit on the fence because I don't. Again, not a CM Punk guy per se, but I also don't want to see. I don't want to see a very predictable back-to-back win by Cody. So I also don't think Randy Orton needs it. I don't think you could go Gunther and Seth. Now seems anticlimactic to me. As much as I think Gunther is amazing, I would like Gunther to just retire the Intercontinental title almost. I don't think
money in the bank for Gunther. Money in the bank for Gunther.
I'm beating around the bush. Yeah, I think he's going to win.
DP. Yes. Look, that's a yes. That's a yes. I know you know. I know that's a yes. I can't. I see. This is disgusting. What's one yes? I got two yeses coming right here.
Yes, he's gonna win.
That's two.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified because
bonus points. What number does he win at? 30?
27.
27.
The only thing I can think of before the chef regales us with his answer could
this is disgusting. This is disgusting.
It is disgusting, man.
Okay,
It
hold
is.
on. I'm gonna work it out. Can heel Drew McIntyre and Seth have a match at the Rumble? Seth goes over, or whoever. Seth goes over. Seth's not in the Rumble match, but he enters the Rumble match not to try to win, only to eliminate CM Punk. So it sets up more of a blood feud. So Punk has an out why he didn't win, but they still have their feud. And then whoever wins the Rumble can go on to Roman, and you get there that way.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
They're notorious for some. That's one place where wrestling logic goes out completely out the window. In the Royal Rumble, you can just enter to throw someone out at any time. By the way,
look, but his feet touch the ground. I go, but he's not in the match.
Man, look, this is what I think is gonna happen. All right, I think Punk's gonna win the Rumble because I don't think they want Cody Rhodes to go against Roman Reigns and lose again.
Come on, man.
Man, look, hey. It'd be fitting to serve Punk up to Roro as soon as he gets back. That's what they did to Cody, right? That's exactly what they did to Cody. I think I have a sneaky suspicion that this Seth Rollins thing is a red herring. I think he's going to go after Roman Reigns, man, because what is the bigger money match out of anything but Punk versus Roman Reigns? I mean, that's going to get people talking. That's the biggest box office attraction that you can have. And if you want to preserve Cody Rhodes for Roman Reigns and not have him lose to Roman Reigns, you want to continue the title, go a little bit longer into SummerSlam and not have everybody in the WWE universe bummer again that he lost. And then if you lose to Roman Reigns again, when will you ever, and The Rock means ever, be able to beat Roman Reigns? So I think the best option for business is to get the money match and have him served up to Roman Reigns.
Chef Justin T. Yo, he picked up the mic for this. I wish who's ever listening to this podcast, this young man picked up the mic. He went ISO on us today.
Yeah,
he went YEET on us today.
He feeling himself. That boy got that extra raw energy.
Yo, he really is in his bag. This
YEET.
YEET. Gentlemen, let me be the voice of reason.
Please, dear God, please.
Because he will not win the Royal Rumble.
Whew.
Okay. All right, tell me how.
Talk me off the ledge, brother, because I'm telling you, man.
They've already telegraphed how he can fight Seth. He doesn't have to win the Rumble. He's already on the same damn program with the man.
Touché.
So he can I actually was leaning towards some sort of shenanigans where he is pissed at Seth and Seth costs him a chance at winning, or something happens between now and then where it's just war and it doesn't matter if he wins the Rumble. It's just going to be a fight no matter what. Now, off the top of my head, I'm thinking about, as he just mentioned, how much talent there is. You got Randy's back. You got LA Knight, who's fizzling out and needs that pop, right?
Yeah.
You got Jay. You got Jimmy. You got Solo. You got Cody, right? So you got all these guys. You got Gunther. You got Gunther. So
Austin Theory, although his light has down.
We ain't talking about that guy.
That's
another.
Damn,
he's all right, but he's not real. Like that's another.
Ooh.
Damn, Evan, he's shooting at you, bro.
I know. I'm gonna let him cook though. He's cooking right now. I don't stop a chef from cooking. I'm wait till you get done with the plate.
When I start cooking, you gotta let me finish the meal, or you just gonna end up hungry in the fridge eating fruit snacks and charcuterie that's cold.
Heaven forbid I eat some charcuterie though.
But he won't win. I actually agree. He will probably end up coming in somewhere at the end because we know he's not going to be able to fight start to finish, right? Chances are it'll be, he comes. Actually, I was thinking 27 too, so that's about 26, 27, where he can be in there for the last 10 minutes. He ain't got to do a lot.
Yep.
It's gonna be some other guys doing heavy lifting, getting rid of people, this, that, and the other. So it just it's telegraphed in a way that if we're getting Cody Roman, the only way that happens is if Cody wins. I don't know any other way for Cody and Roman to fight again. What else? What other possibility of a main event night 2 match is there other than Roman Cody? Is Seth? Well, here's another thing: is Seth versus Punk night 2 worthy as a main event?
Not to me.
So
and it's not because of Seth at all.
No, it's not at the fault.
Unless Damien cash in.
I didn't even mention him, and he
got the money. He got the money in the bank.
That's a whole nother thing. And so it's almost telegraphed to the point where, yes, we can say what if, and we can throw anybody's name in the final 4, and all 4 of our top 4s might be different, and all the outcomes in our head might end up completely different, right? So for me, it just, when we think it's too good to be true, it probably is. And so don't have to overthink it when they're already right there. You saw we can have a couple more confrontations going into the Rumble where they don't even have to touch. Or there's a situation where they do touch, like he said in the Rumble, where Seth is like trying to expose that man and gets him thrown or distracts him. He doesn't even have to get in the ring to get him thrown out. He can just distract him from the outside.
It's true.
Somebody tosses him over, and that'll light. And even then, I believe Elimination Chamber, there's still Chamber before WrestleMania, right?
Correct.
So you can have something there too, where they have another confrontation, or they have a match, or they have a match before Chamber that isn't for a title, or it's a street fight, or there's a fight in the parking lot, or there's a fight in the locker room, right? So there's so many different ways they can get there without him winning the Rumble to get that championship fight.
You make good points. Dylan Matthews in the chat. Yo, what up, Ozzy? Why can't Seth and Phil take each other out the Rumble? Cody is going to be the mayor of Perth in February and take that chamber, he says. And then he goes, you think WWE is going to make Phil take the L in his first official TV match against Dom? Hell no. JMC, what say you?
Against Dominic, of course not. But they might say, hey, Punk, in coming back, we're going to have you put Seth over in the main event. You'll get your main event, but you have to do that. So that's on the table too. And guys, just so you guys are aware, there are rumblings, and I don't have the source confirmed, but it was said to be said in a stockholder meeting. I am a stockholder of WWE, and I didn't hear this, but it's out there that one of the main events at WrestleMania is going to be Austin against Punk. To me, that doesn't hit because they've already done that with KO, but
it would still move the needle.
It would,
and because of what happened back in the day when WWE game. I got one way where Punk and Cody Rhodes don't win the Royal Rumble. I think people are forgetting about something. Hey, Evan, if your boy music hit and you get to see it, man, what the Rock is cooking. Now, if that music hits, everybody can kiss their ass goodbye.
And that's my thing, DP. This is my point. This is why, Dwayne, this is why you get on my damn nerves, Dwayne. Because all this foolishness we've been talking about for the past 13 and a half minutes, all of what we're saying would be a moot point if your ass was at WrestleMania 40. We wouldn't give a damn about any of that stuff. Black Adam. Listen, Dwayne Johnson.
Chef with the visual aids tonight.
Yeah, so Chef got the visual aids up. See, this is what's so annoying. You see all this stuff y'all listening to us say? Chef says something. DP says something. JMC says something. I'm over here yelling in the damn microphone like a crazy black man. And it's all because one man is on. If Dwayne Johnson pulls up, we don't give a damn about CM Punk in no damn main event.
Nope.
I told you, all these fans out here acting like, listen, there's some fans like, do we really need to see Dwayne Johnson in WrestleMania? What? Yes. Against the tribal chief? Yes. Yes, I'm not joking. Legitimately, yes.
Hey, man, we all here for it. I'm here for it.
My dog is barking downstairs.
Yeah.
She agrees too.
Boo thing downstairs barking. She even agrees. Now listen, damn it, Dwayne, pull up.
Quit teasing us. We've been telling your ass about that foreplay.
Foreplay,
man.
Stop doing the foreplay. Stop playing footsie under the table. And let's go steady. Let's take it back to the crib. I'm all liquored up. I'm ready to go.
Trying to hold hands in public. You know what I mean? Tired of this stuff. This nonsense out of here. Come on, Dwayne.
Say you only take me out at dates at night.
DJ until the Rock.
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
Oh, you know what?
exactly.
I'm not the Rock no more. I'm DJ.
Exactly. Yo, DJ, why you keep taking us on dates in the daytime? Why we keep going to Starbucks? What you don't love me, Dwayne? Yo, stop.
Talking about I can't post your tweet to me. Get your ass out of here. Quit hiding.
We trying to be official. Listen, before we get the hell out of here, let me try something different. I'm gonna give the floor across the board around the horn. You could drop any anecdote you want about wrestling, anything wrestling that we didn't cover that you want to talk about, kind of that final word. Let me give you the floor. Let me start with DP. Anything on your mind before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man, I'm sick of everybody spoofing that damn Limp Bizkit My Way promo. Listen, social media. That shit was only one time. We will never, ever have that again. Ever. And people keep putting that little promo spoof to it. No, let us live, man. Let things be what they are. Let's love things for what they are. Quit trying to put makeup on a pig.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, let it be. Let it be. Let things be what they are.
That's a banger ass Beatles song.
People trying to relive the past when we doing great in the future. 2024 is probably going to be the best year in professional wrestling, but we keep wanting to harken back to 2000, 2001, 2002. Damn it, it ain't that. The Rock is not 28 years old anymore. Austin ain't in his late 30s. We ain't never going to get that shit again. So people, please, and I mean please, let them have what they have, because there's only one Rock Austin. There'll never be again. It was the greatest rivalry in wrestling history. We were
never happen again.
Thankful that we had that. It was beautiful, and I love it. I go back in time. I go back and I watch their promos. I'm not trying to live that shit in 2024. That's dead and gone. Hey, that's that thing. That's from your boy.
Yo, Chef, what's on your mind? Anything wrestling related? Hell, it could be anything about anything. Final thoughts.
So the last thing I want to talk about is just the overall experience of being at a live event. I think while they have all this talent, I think they really need to work on the development of the characters for these people. If they want us to cheer for these people, they have to give us a reason. Too many times there were dead moments in the program where people didn't know what to do or who to cheer for, or there was a lot of this where people were in their phones and not really watching the action of what's going on. And I understand it's Monday and there were 2 Monday Night Football games, even though they were mediocre. But I did notice that there were a lot of points where if it wasn't Seth and Punk, or if it wasn't Jey Uso, where you throwing your hands up, or Cody, with his interest music, like a lot of people were not really watching the show. And I think WWE, and it is great to watch at home, live or the next day on Hulu, but I think they definitely need to keep people interested throughout the show, because it is great live. But at the same time, I think there's a point where there's not enough of the stars, and it does hurt them sometimes that we only have people on Fridays and only have people on Mondays. I've discussed it before. I've never seen Roman Reigns in person. I've never seen some of the greats. I've never seen some of the greats because they're so specific to these shows now. Whether and you giving me these bullshit reasons of, well, we had a draft. They don't even acknowledge the actual draft picks anymore, or who was supposed to be where, or who was supposed free agent. So that's just redundant. Like, give me who I want to see. Let me. We paid good money to come there. We paid, the it's bad enough, the fees and the online, the ticket fee and the tax and the tax on the tax. So with all that being said, I think they need to do a little bit more to make sure that everyone goes home happy seeing your favorite wrestler. Now, I know they have super shows, but they don't always have super shows. So I think they need to hone it in just a touch, because there were too many times where no one cared who was in the wrestling ring. You know what I mean? So WWE, you're doing great, but you could do a little better.
Ooh. And finally, JMC, anything on your mind, brother?
I agree. I agree with a lot of what Chef said, and I think in this,
say that one more time.
We have a mentality in the NFL, especially in
WWE,
WWE, and we say, in today's society, we have a tendency to say, as long as people are making money and whatever, as long as business
and I
is thriving,
hate that shit.
Okay. And I don't know why we care so much, because I mean, guys, crack dealers make a lot of money, and a lot of people do a lot of crack too. That doesn't mean it's the best for our society. And I think a lot of what Chef is saying could be quelled, brother, if the show went from 3 hours to 2 hours, but they make a lot of ad revenue, so that's never going to happen. No. And a lot of times it is at the detriment of the show. There's enough time for superstars to fill 2 hours, but 3 hours is a tall task. However, with that said, let's try to be positive. There's a lot to be happy about, a lot to look forward to. I still don't see a lot of young stars. I see them harking back to the Randy Ortons, who I love. Can we acknowledge real quick the physique of Randy Orton coming back? Because the guy looks like—
I call that man Brock Orton.
As you should, because he's a chiseled Greek god.
Hey, pause. He was huge. Pause.
You listen, people don't understand what that kind of dedication is. That dude's looking like that while rehabbing, though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's still rehabbing his body. You know, damn.
Dude, how do you get your physique like that with a bad back?
With a bad back.
Bad back.
Laying down.
Everybody should feel ashamed. They should have saw Randy Orton and they should have gave back half their damn check because they doing something wrong. What are y'all?
Is in my
with a bad back? This dude came back 30 pounds muscle, huge. Pause.
The WWE knows, they know which segments suck, and they know which segments don't hit, and they know that they're trying to get as many people on, and eventually one of those people could eventually hit, and for every 10 misses, you get one hit. So I get why they put people out there, but to Chef's points, man, I agree with most of it, almost all of it. It's they have an opportunity to do great things, and I think for a long time there was plenty to complain about. So I do believe we're moving in the right direction. So I'm not going to be too critical right now. I do like a lot of what they're doing, but at the same time, they have the opportunity to make things great. But it's also up to the superstars to step up. As always, Vince says he gives opportunities, and look at Drew. At first, I was like, is he joining the Judgment Day? Is he not in the Judgment Day? This is stupid. Now I think it's great. So also at the same time, we got to let it simmer, boys. We got to let things pan out. The first CM Punk promo that we saw was lackluster. Yes, it was, but he used the word ad nauseum, home. This is my home. He did that to set up Seth Rollins. I'm not saying it was his brilliant idea and he was laying the ground foundation. Maybe Triple H told him to say that, but that promo with Seth, that was out of the park, out of this world, does not happen without that groundwork on the first promo.
Agreed.
So a lot of things are looking up. There's still plenty to be critical of, and I think all of us on this panel agree we don't want AEW to fail either. I don't want TNA to fail.
No, absolutely not.
We need all you guys, and guys, MJF's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time already.
That's what I forgot. Oh my god,
I don't know what the hell he's doing right now.
Yeah,
don't know what the hell he's doing. He's not coming, guys. Not now.
He's not. He's not.
Are you sure?
John Cena
I believe he is. I think Maxwell Jacob Friedman is going to World Wrestling Entertainment way sooner rather than later. I've been talking about this way before all these other sucker MCs been talking about it. He is coming to the E. He's coming to the E, man.
Hey, they sent Cena to close. They sent Cena to close.
He said the closer. They sent Mariano Rivera Cena to pull up at Iron Claw. Brother.
Hey, he did post. He did post that Burberry.
They brought out CC Sabathia Cena to come in here and throw some heat.
Evan, I never disagree with you, but I think if of all the blunders, if MJF is not already re-signed and this has now become kayfabe, that is the biggest blunder that Tony Khan has ever made in a history of making some blunders.
I think he needs to have that final run, lose the title to the next star AW, and come to the E. I do not want to see you there in your 30s. You need to lay the groundwork right now, get your beak wet, and establish your dominance while the legends are still there. People don't get it twisted. The Brocks, the Romans, the Seths, the Codys, the AJs, the Kevin Owens, the Sami Zayn's, the Drews. These are the people you need to get you before they leave. Don't be pulling up. Don't be pulling up fighting Carmelo Hayes. And I love Carmelo Hayes, but don't be pulling up talking about you the best fighting Carmelo Hayes. No. I need you to pull up in your 20s right now where the cream of the crop are still there, and you have to go against real promo cutters. For real.
Eat your ass in live.
Prove to me you're the best. You cannot say you are the best unless you do things at the top level. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. The cream of the crop is World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't give a damn what every person's delusions are. The greatest wrestling company in the world hails from Stamford, Connecticut. Period.
Then unless they're going to do this devil thing to a T, they have made the show on Dynamite 87% about MJF now. And maybe they're setting that up for a big fall, and that could work.
I would be so happy. So damn happy.
Evan, I never disagree with you. I bet that he's already re-signed, and this is now a kayfabe angle. And I hope I'm wrong.
If he's re-signed, he's right. I'll be the first one to come here and say I was wrong, and I will keep it moving.
I think the day they let Punk go and brought in Adam Copeland, they said, Max, what do you want? Let's make it happen.
Listen, to a young man that to me is very shrewd about finances. It can't be about the money. You can't tell me it's the bag, because I told you all this. The bag. You like it's when it comes to somebody that's at the apex that he's at, the money will come. And I also believe that merch money at the back end will equal whatever your contract is. That's me personally. I don't think it's a money thing. If he re-signed because he wanted to stay. It wasn't for the money. It wasn't for the money because Jay would have re-signed. She got money thrown at her too.
It's either cash, it's cash or creative. And I don't think, yes, Evan, you always saying it's such a great point. He didn't grow up with AEW posters on his wall. He
sure didn't.
There's not a bigger
that never leaves you ever.
Don't let this guy's character fool you. There is not a bigger wrestling fan on this planet than Tyler Friedman.
Absolutely right. And like I said,
Tyler,
put it like this. You
said Tyler.
Listen, he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. I'm just gonna let you know. If you say you're the best, prove it. Because you talking like you the best at AEW. Who's this for real competition? For real though, who's this competition? For real.
Outside of Samoa Joe on the promo and Christian Cage,
two of his biggest competitions at WWE right now.
Facts.
CM Punk and Cody Rhodes.
Facts.
Oh, guys, before we sign off,
what are we talking about?
I don't know when I'm going to be on the show again, so I need everyone's opinion real quick. I know I'm not the host of this show. This is not my show.
Take it away.
Again, and I just said I'm going to be positive, but I can't because AEW had AEW had lightning in a bottle in Canada with two of the greatest Canadian wrestlers of all time, one-on-one, mano-a-mano on international television, in a character's mother who is not a trained actress, not a wrestler.
Not her fault.
It's not her fault.
It's not. But she should have never been factored into the outcome of that match. Now, I understand we're building towards a pay-per-view at World's End. They're going to have the blow-off match, I believe. That's okay. I don't see any way that is an acceptable finish to that match when you get that. And if you guys disagree, tell me why I'm wrong. I was pulling my hair out that Tony Khan or anyone signed off on that. And at the end of the day, Jim Cornette would probably say this. Adam Copeland and Jay Riso signed off on that finish. They signed off on it too.
100%.
What are we talking about? If Heidi came in and hit Evan with a chair and that was the end of the show, I'd be like, that made no sense. But at least that's his wife.
Trust me, when you're a Christian and Adam, you make the finish. Make no mistake.
So how is that to have those two in the same ring and doing the buildup that they did? And Christian's never been better.
Mm-hmm.
How is that the finish to that match? And how am I not supposed? How am I?
Because they decided that to be the finish.
Was anybody else pissed off or just me? I know it's been weeks now.
I just
took
giggled.
a
That's
little
all.
bit of time to digest it because I didn't want to shit on the decision that night. But I took a step back and I said, "Well, damn, you got something that's 40 years in the making." And then you finally have your match. Finally have the match. First off, it's on a random Dynamite or Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Collision? Collision in
Dynamite. Collision. What's that?
Collision in Canada. It was on a random Collision in Canada. And you're talking about the dude. And then you just signed. You just signed Adam Copeland. And he's been in 2 matches. Two.
Listen, I go by the crowd. The crowd was like, what?
And then he loses one of his first 2 matches.
And I go by the crowd, and that's the Canada crowd. When it comes to those kind of guys, they could take a shit in the ring and they cheer.
And another thing, y'all talk about this dude about to be a full-time wrestler, but you write his ass off of TV in 2 months. What does that make? I thought you signed with AEW for that shit not to happen, but yeah,
I don't know.
Your neck stomped on.
I don't know nothing. I am just a black man on a podcast talking to you fine gentlemen. I don't know nothing. I'm just watching the product. What do I know? I'm just listen. Dylan Matthews says, I don't believe Maxwell's coming over. He signed a new contract ages ago. See, this is all rumors and conjecture.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys are right. Everybody keeps saying he signed. I hope y'all are right. I hope y'all are right, because I swear, boy, if you listen, you think I'm a fool right now.
Oh man,
let me be right about that dude. So I will be unhinged. That's how much I'll be patting myself on the back. I'm gonna have a worse back injury than the great Randy Orton. I'm gonna pat myself on the back so hard, bro. I'm gonna be like, I told y'all. But anyways, damn, is that Elijah Morton in the chat? What the hell, yo? Elijah, well, listen, yo, guys, with the merger, TKO 2024 will be, I think that's a million times better than this year for WWE storylines, matches, revenue, promotion, all of it. As a lackluster WWE fan, but a huge UFC fan, this is the greatest thing for sports entertainment in the longest time. I agree with what you're saying, E, but the UFC and WWE, that has nothing to do with anything. Nothing. I can't emphasize enough how much Dana White's like, oh, this is cool, but for everyone thinking that this is going to be some kind of UFC crossover thing like Marvel versus DC, it's not happening, y'all. I cannot listen. This was a business move, and they're under the same umbrella, for real. It's like Disney and ESPN are under the same umbrella. Seriously, I think people are overthinking that Dana White does not play around with his WWE stuff. The only thing to me that would move the needle is Conor McGregor, like Roman Reigns. See what I'm saying?
Does he mean like for crossover appeal, or does like working together, or does he mean just for general promotion? As a big company, they're going to get more opportunities for a lot of different things.
That's what I think. Yo, E, if you heard that, respond to that. But that's what I think. But there's a lot of people think that this thing's going to be like a, you know what I mean? Like it's just not. Oh, I don't believe it's going to be a crossover at all. Oh, he said it's all. He's saying it's all business, Jay. He's saying it's all business.
Well, see, that's a big deal for a guy like MJF, because now you have access to Nick Khan's Rolodex, and holy shit. And so I mean, if you want to really do Hollywood, Tony Khan has a cute little agency too. He has a cute little agency, but MJF has bigger aspirations. So to Evan's point, he does. So by the way, Maxwell Tyler Friedman is an executive producer on Iron Claw. He's not just in it in a little bit part. So he's thinking long term. He's a savvy kid. He's one of the only wrestlers I've never met personally, but I know a lot of people who know him, and they're like, everything you think that he actually is, as far as a huge wrestling fan, smart kid, that word prodigy, he actually is that. Prove it. You're not wrong about that.
Prove it. I don't give a shit about if he's a savant. I don't care if he's whale hunting, putting nuclear physics on a chalkboard, and he needs Robin Williams to come give him a hug. Prove to me you're the best. Come to the E, face the tribal chief. I will never take you seriously until you do. You're just a good wrestler. Period. Prove it. Stand across that ring from, to me, the greatest professional wrestler alive.
Get him.
Is Roman Reigns. And stand across that ring and cut a promo against that Samoan. Come talk to me until you do that. Come talk to me. And I don't give a damn what any indie fan says, what any podcaster says, what Jim Cornette says. I don't care what his mama say, his daddy say. I don't give a damn. You're not the best till you face the best. Period.
Exclamation mark.
You know how many people that said they were better than me at basketball but ain't never been to no pro tryout? How you better than me? How?
Evan said,
How?
it's time for me to
You ain't better than me. Oh, I beat Evan in the park. Well, I'm at an NBA trial. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are not the best until you face the best. I'd rather you get your ass kicked by Mike Tyson than say you won 100 fights against nobody.
So since Evan, you're 100% right. So since I didn't know DP and Chef at the time, do we all agree that MJF smoked CM Punk the best in the world?
Oh,
Cooked him.
Okay.
Cooked him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that. To Evan's point, when you're in the E and you're up against a superstar like The Rock or Roman Reigns, or let's just say Cody or Seth, they're so over. They're real legitimate superstars that when they say less, they get more of a reaction off of less. So you don't have to go for the low-hanging fruit all the time, or you don't have to shoot. You don't have to shoot from the hip, brother.
Nope.
You can say things and get a lot of mileage out of it, whereas MJF is having to scheme and go low-hanging fruit all week. So I don't know. For my money, MJF is the future of the business, but I 100% agree. Even though I think he is quietly re-signed with AEW,
Big mistake.
He can't be the best. He can't be in the conversation.
Hell, not to me.
You're right.
I can be Bo Jackson running in Canada ain't the best to me. Period.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many shows he's on. It doesn't matter how many matches he's in a pay-per-view. If he starts a pay-per-view and finishes the pay-per-view, I don't care if he's at the concession stand. I don't care if he's cooking the popcorn. I don't care if he's the beer guy. I don't care if he's the hot dog guy too. I don't care if he's the ring announcer announcing himself. I don't care if he's the light guy. It doesn't matter.
Listen, that's just where I'm at with that. And if he's quietly re-signed, shame on him. Shame on him.
Hey, JNC, to your point, the crescendo of that CM Punk, Seth Rollins, that was when they didn't even say a word. They just stood there and they were staring at each other, and the crowd was at a boiling point.
We were going nuts.
Guess what?
They were just staring at each other. So to your point, you're right.
Prove it. It's just because I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of that talk, man. I hear a lot of that talk. And Jay, you and I talk about MJ, and this ain't a knock on MJF. You cannot tell me you're the best until you work for that company and you cut a promo against the greatest people in wrestling. You can't, man. You cannot. There's no one there that can touch that kid at AEW. And he's not stupid. So he knows that deep down. So that means that's an easy way out for me, man.
It is. You're not wrong.
Loyalty is loyalty in business is hilarious. Loyalty is loyalty until they don't need you. Loyalty in sports is until they cut you. So don't tell me he needs to be loyal to somebody, because they wouldn't be loyal to him if they didn't want to be loyal to him. Like, so it ain't. So if you boy, if that dude re-signs with AEW, I swear to God, boy. I swear to God, man. I'll be so disappointed.
Can I ask you guys one more question? I feel like I'm Ocho Cinco hijacking Shannon Sharp's show right now.
But this everyone that's on this panel can take the floor anytime they want. I'm just here to keep the flow going.
So I talked to Ev about this, but I'd love to know what you all think, especially when CM Punk hit that line about you can't punch people in the face backstage in 2023. That's insane. And he got a mild titter from the audience. Evan and I's contention, and Evan, I don't mean to speak for you, but I think we agree. I would venture to guess, and Chef, you were at an event last night, at Monday night. So any insider lines that fall short, I'm wondering if maybe 50 to 60 to 70% of the WWE audience are casual fans that don't even know that Punk was ever in AEW, or don't remember, or don't know about the brawl out incident backstage. Because I can tell you a similar analogy. RVD is one of my favorite ever. When I talked to RVD and actually talked to him in person, he told me that people would literally be like, when are you coming back to wrestling? And he's like, I've been on TNA every week for 2 years.
You see?
And they're like, what? So do you guys think that line fell short? It's been a long time. People didn't fully get it. Or do you think that the average fan, now, if you drop that line, a WWE guy jumps ship and drops an insider line on an AEW show, ooh, but on a WWE packed arena like that, do you think the audience doesn't care anymore? Or you think they just really don't know?
I think it's half and half. Honestly, I think half of them don't even know. I think that's why everybody's so happy that Punk's back, is because it's like, oh, you came back. Where have you been? Where have you been at? I haven't seen you in 10 years. Not us, not the hardcores and the people that know that AEW exists. And I think that was the beauty of the line. honestly, I think they knew that was going to fall flat, and that was the point of it, to prove that if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's watching, doesn't make a sound. And they proved that point. And that's why he laughed in the ring, because he was getting
like,
pop,
damn.
pop.
I think he was waiting for a big pop. I think he's waiting for a big pop and didn't get it.
But that's why it was funny, because he was getting pops before that and after that, but the AEW line fell flat, and he was like, "See, I told you, I was the only thing that was there."
That's a great observer. You're looking at a different angle from why he chuckled. He was like, "Damn, ain't even nobody even." I told y'all asses. I was the reason people were watching it, and unfortunately, that's a fair point.
It's not a great product, but there's a reason a million viewers haven't tuned in.
That's a fair point, man. That's a very fair point. What about you, Shell? We think about DJ's point.
So I guess the 3 points for me would be, one, the Friday one was support the troops. So one, know your audience, right? Like they were happy to be there. They were happy to be at an event. They're happy to be off base or whatever, what have you. So the majority of that crowd probably wasn't pro Punk anyway. The second point, as far as Cleveland, a lot of what he said, there was not much reaction to it live in real time. More of the reactions were on the opposite end when Rollins was saying things to CM Punk about how much of a fraud he was. That was really getting more reactions than anything Punk had to say about how he walked out, or how he was forced out in Cleveland, or how it didn't work out the first time and he was sent to OVW and all of that. Like, he was being nostalgic, but it actually wasn't hitting with the fans.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And it's not his fault, but I don't think the casual fan doesn't care. The hardcore fans know, and the four of us, and there's plenty of people at the shows, but the majority of people who are at these shows don't
know
like that.
And I was talking to y'all before. I was like, 10 years is a long damn time.
Long time.
10 years is a long time. In wrestling years, 10 years is a lot.
20.
That's 10 WrestleManias. 10. 10
he was fighting the Undertaker last WrestleMania.
That's what I'm trying to say. And the thing about it, the reason why I really wish people would understand my perspective is this is a company that hired and fired me. So if I'm telling you something positive about them, please listen. This is the company that they signed my check and took this check, and I still come on here and let you know, MJF need to get your ass over here. And CM Punk cutting the promo, and people didn't even know where he went. Yo, this company's so big that somebody like CM Punk, who everybody tells me is the cream of the crop, can leave and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool, man, cool, welcome back." Think about that. It's crazy. Jay is still more over than CM Punk is right now, even after CM Punk came back. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Facts. Hundo, but everybody like this in the crowd.
Man, this company don't stop for nobody. Man, I hit up Stephanie McMahon after I got fired. She didn't even know I got fired. That's how much this company keep moving. She was like, "Oh, I ain't even know. My bad." You know what I'm saying? This company don't call me. This company, what I'm trying to say is they move, man. It's like literally like watching a Tyrannosaurus Rex just walk around. He don't know how many ants he's stepping on.
I think you guys all make awesome points. But the one thing I got to say about that, I think the casual fan knows AEW exists. They don't know the inner workings or what happens, and they certainly don't remember about the brawl out. But if you recall, speaking about what stars can get, less is more, and what a star can do to get a reaction. When Roman was promo battling Cody, and they were both great, and he said, "You started your own." You said you left, started your own little organization, and you couldn't even get over there. Crowd popped huge. So they know of it, but maybe they just don't know about the inner workings, or maybe it's the person delivering the message that is not connecting.
The reason why I think you're right, and the point to me, the biggest point you're right about is if we're wrong about what we're saying, why doesn't NXT have 2 million viewers a week? Why? That is actually a WWE product that WWE fans still don't watch. Think about that for a second. Think about that for us. So what I'm trying to
That's
say
a good
is
point right there. I
so
ain't
when
never
I'm
thought about it like that, boy.
so if they're not watching the newest crop of talent coming up, don't tell me they watching AEW. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying that. So they're gonna bypass the new up and coming talent to go watch AEW. Why?
I think they watch select YouTube clips, and
That ain't the same thing to me. I watch YouTube every day.
But you're not going to see backstage brawls on YouTube.
And YouTube don't help the Nielsen ratings last time I checked.
At all. So to Chef's point, he was right there, and he was telling us what's connecting and what's not. And that tribute to the troops is a slew of casuals.
Yes, it is.
Is that not who they care about most? Because we're watching no matter what.
And that's what fans that always argue with me, they never understand, guys. I'm always speaking to the casual. I'm never speaking to the diehards. The diehards already know how the soup is made. I'm speaking to casual fans because they are the ones that make that Endeavor deal happen, whether we like it or not. Think about this for a second, guys. We're all on this damn podcast, hour and a half in, talking on this damn podcast about wrestling. What I'm trying to say is I ain't talking to us. You know what the hell's going on. Wait, like I'm always talking to the casual because the casuals, that's where the dollar's at.
You gotta paint them a picture. They don't know how the sausage is made.
Of course, I like filet. Of course, I like filet mignon from that one restaurant I ate at somewhere in the middle of America. But if I say McDonald's, who's gonna perk up? Everybody, because everybody been there.
And knowing damn well that's not the best food.
Look at quarter pounder with cheese.
But everybody
ain't slap every time.
But even
fries
Chef,
extra crispy. Fries extra crispy.
You see, but Chef is a chef and he's eating the McDonald's. JS me and McDonald's many a nights leaving the gym. DP been at McDonald's. I've been to McDonald's. Of course, I went to this one steakhouse somewhere in the middle of nowhere that was amazing, and I complimented the chef, gave him a high five, patted him on the back. But don't nobody know who the hell I'm talking about.
Such a good analogy. And look at Chef's shirt. By the way, shout out to Jey Uso for not making just a typical black and white wrestling shirt. Brilliant. That shirt right there, my 12-year-old stepson and his friends playing Fortnite say yeet all the time. So if they saw that shirt, they would buy that. And if I was like, do you even know who Jey Uso is? They'd be like, no, but I like this shirt. Now half of them do because half of them watch wrestling. So that's that is a perfect example, and the color scheme and everything, perfect example of what separates WWE from everybody else. Woo. You got a grown man with grown chef with a real career buying that, and you got a 12-year-old kid would kill for that shirt. Saying yeet, don't even know what the hell it means. Throwing penguins off of shit.
I'm done with this podcast. It's been a good time. I can't stand any of y'all. Listen, yo,
Chef. Yeet down.
Yo, shut the
catch that ass yeeting. You know what I'm saying?
Shut the hell up. Listen, Chef, cut a promo. Tell the people where to find you, man.
You can find me on all the socials. Hit me up, find me, posting pictures, posting, reactions from Raw, posting all the good stuff. Hit me up, find me on all the socials on at the Chef Justin. You can catch me in the kitchen. You can catch me at home.
Hey.
You can catch me doing other podcasts. I got my own podcast.
Put it over, brother.
You can listen to me. It's called The Modest Man with me and my best friend. All of you are welcome to come on at any point. We chop it up, talking about whatever you want to talk about. Family, sports, life, music, movies. We cover it all.
Yo, DP, what it do?
You know what it is, DP in the building, St. Louis, where we at, at the bank, out here getting awards and stuff, doing what we do.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
well, I guess we'll yeet to that. We'll yeet to that.
They say, boy, you serving the community like only you can, and you keep
doing shit.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I think it was like 2,000 points. Oh, yeah, we're out here getting it. But that's another topic for another day. That's another topic for another day. Boy, out here getting it. But on the real, man, catch your boy on DJ21188 on the Instagram, David Perry Jr. #4 on the Twitter machine. X is what the new kids call these days, out here serving these hot takes, putting these comments out there, getting the people talking, stirring up the pot. But I ain't no chef. That's Justin over there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jordan Michael Colson, what it do?
Great Life JMC on all social media platforms. I just want to let you guys know that I listen to every episode while I'm driving, while I'm traveling. Love the energy, love your objectivity of every single one of you.
Appreciate you, James.
I like how you guys keep it positive. You're not afraid to criticize and give your opinions, but you don't overdo it just to be negative to get a reaction. It's your genuine thoughts, and that's what makes the show good. And I hope that you guys continue to be the core panel of the show, because I thoroughly enjoy it. It's enlightening, and it's not just like you guys don't just go blow by blow and review it, and you bring a different, fresh take to wrestling, and it's like, damn it, guys, we still actually like this shit.
Hell yeah. I ain't coming on here ironically talking shit. I want everybody to do well. You know what I mean? I want this because you know what I mean. Like who the hell wants people that you respect and respect their craft to go out of be out of a job? That's the last thing I want.
Exactly.
I mean?
So guys keep going. DP, Chef Justin, big fan of both of you. And guys, for my money,
same brother, same.
Evan Thomas Mack's the best podcast host for sports and entertainment that I've heard in a long time. So
brother.
And that's not because we're friends. I mean, I listen to every show and I thoroughly enjoy it. Keep doing what you guys do, please.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate y'all as always.
Quick, Evan.
Yo, cut a promo.
How me and Evan linked up, man. I sent a comment, man. It was on, his old podcast. They shouldn't let his ass go, but thankfully they did because I'm here with him. But
Same.
I told him, man, I was like, man, you ready to realize I love pro wrestling again, man. Thank you, man. Dude responded, man. We kicked it off from there, bro. For real, man.
Same.
Dude.
I hit him up too on
He's
Twitter. I was like, hey, I can pull up. He's like, pull up. I said, okay.
Pull up. Yo,
he said, pull up.
Yo, and it's real.
I said, where you need me?
Yo, the funniest thing in the world, I appreciate the hell out of that. You have no idea. Like, seriously, that means a lot to me. But it's nothing brings me more joy than having all you guys come and just talk shit. Seriously. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'd like, because the reason why I asked Jay to pull up, I was like, all we do is talk shit on the phone anyway. I go, what are you doing right now?
Right.
It's like Dynamite will be going on or Raw be going on. He'll be like, you seeing this right now? And I'm like, just talk. How we just talk on the podcast? Let's talk on the podcast.
Just conversations.
And same with the chef and DP. I'm like, go stop tweeting. Let's just talk. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Anybody listening, everybody came in the chat as well. Dropping the audio as soon as I get off here for anybody that doesn't watch the video. Dropping some social clips too and see how that plays out. But everybody, I appreciate y'all for listening to the podcast. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure as always.
You, my boy.
Thanks
for that encouragement all the time,
listen,
man.
bro.
I really appreciate you, dog.
Hey, yo, MJF, if you re-sign, I swear to God, boy.
I swear for that ass if you resign.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.